empaths are drawn to narcissists like moths to a flame. And if we're not careful, and I say we because I'm an empath, if we're not careful and you don't recognize the signs, and if you don't have a good rooted system in self-worth, you will let a motherfucker run game on you, bitch. We can't, and I can't have that, not in my sisterhood.
Hello, hello, hello to all of my women watching this on my social media platforms. I was really passionate about this topic, and I really wanted to make sure that it wasn't just limited to my Ascensionistas, and I wanted to make sure I put this out there for everyone to see. So this is an Ascension Chamber, which is on my app Ascension Sisters. We meet twice a week for collective readings and connectivity. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to visit ascensionsisters.passion.io and submit your application today. And so that you can be up on these collective readings and these sisterhood gatherings twice a week for your social health and for your spiritual journey. But I wanted to just put this out there and just to share it with women everywhere, because I just feel like there's just so many women who suffer from abusive relationships, in little forms and big forms, under the guise of, oh, this is my person, this is my soulmate, this is my twin flame, we're supposed to be together forever. And meanwhile, this person just really isn't treating you with the respect that you deserve, okay? So without further ado, here is my Ascension Chamber from this past Wednesday. And stay tuned, because at the end, I do pick a pile readings for your specific relationship. So let's get into it.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. I know Chrisette Michele was canceled after she performed at Trump's inauguration, right? But she still had a great first album, I would just like to say. All right, I feel so naked without my backdrop, but today is interesting. Today is weird. Today did not go how I wanted at all. Hi, Hope. Okay, so this is going to be a very different Ascension Chamber. I want to pin myself. There we go. This is going to be a very different Ascension Chamber. So my background, I don't even know what you call it. My backdrop holder, whatever, is in front of me because I was supposed to record an audition today that and I use my green screen for, and for other reasons that's still set up. So whatever, we just don't have anything behind me right now. But I was inspired for this Ascension Chamber to talk about relationships, and I will probably post this Ascension Chamber on YouTube and or Instagram, depending, because I just am so passionate about this topic. And I didn't even really realize how passionate I was about this topic. So if some of you guys read my email, you saw that I was inspired by just finishing Bad Vegan yesterday. And also I just watched today Phoenix Rising on HBO. And if you're unfamiliar with both, I don't know why I'm out of breath. If you were unfamiliar with both of those shows, well, Bad Vegan, both of them are a mini-series, limited series. Bad Vegan is on Netflix, and it is about Sarma. Her last name starts with an M, but I forgot how to pronounce it. It is about Sarma, this woman who had a very successful vegan restaurant in New York in the early 2010s. And because of her relationship with this man, it really went bad very quickly. And he basically scammed her out of millions of dollars. And then I watched Phoenix Rising, which is about this A-list celebrity, Evan. Is it Evan Williams? Is that her last name? I think it's Williams, Evan, and her relationship with Marilyn Manson. So I am like full, like I am so full of like shit that I want to say, of just like everything that went through my mind watching both of these series about these relationships. So I will try to be quick so that we can get to this readings, because this ascension chamber, that's what kicked these off of these real relationship readings, because I just want to kind of give people insight into what they might need, and kind of give a little nugget that might help them based on, you know, what triggered me to start this session. So if you guys don't mind, with your permission, I'd love to just talk about that first before I get into these collectives. I'm like, where do I start? And I'm using this chamber to do it because I'm just so passionate about it, and I know how I am when I'm passionate about things and I want to talk about it, and my makeup's done. So sometimes when I try to sit down and like write it out, like I lose the enthusiasm for it, and I really want to just do it while I'm in the moment. You know, it's like big magic for those who have ever read that book by Elizabeth Gilbert. Just got to catch it by the tail when you're inspired or when you're passionate. But anyway, okay, so bad vegan. So this bitch, okay, I don't know why I said it like that, this bitch. Sorry. Okay, Sarma, the woman in this, who this series is about. She, and this is why I'm talking about it. She started this relationship the way that a lot of women start relationships. Okay. She didn't know him. She met him online because he was kind of cool with Alec Baldwin, because Sarma was kind of like in the circle. She had a lot of celebrity friends who were coming through her restaurant. And she was like kind of going to start something with Alec Baldwin, but she was in a relationship and that didn't work out. And then she ended up with this guy. And so they had kind of fell in love before they even met. So when they finally meet, he was a bit heavier than she expected, which how many times did that happen? You meet somebody and they don't look how their pictures look. Okay. And she was like, okay, well, I don't want to be shallow. Let me just, start this relationship. And so he fucked her up. Okay. Because, and this is relevant. I promise I'm not just like saying this just to be, telling the story. And these are spoiler alerts if you have not watched the show. He told her that he was like black ops, CIA type shit, Navy SEAL, whatever. So she never really knew the ins and out of like what he did for work. All she knew was that he traveled a lot and he seemingly had a lot of money. And because they had fallen in love, he told her, oh, I've been searching for you for lifetimes. You're my soulmate. We're each other's soulmates. We're meant to be together, all this stuff. And here's why I'm bringing it up. I have done so many readings for women, and I'm not talking about married women. I'm talking about women who are single and just going through the motions. Okay. I have done readings for women who were convinced that their partner is their soulmate, their twin flame, whatever else. And they treat them like shit. And I'm going a lot of different places, but I need y'all to stick with me, okay? Just stick with me with where I'm going, okay? So this man has used that against Sarma and said, oh, we're soulmates. I've been looking for you for a lifetime. And how many times have we heard that in the divination community? Because a lot of people believe in reincarnation. I also believe in reincarnation, actually. I'm still Christian, but I also believe in reincarnation. Let's not dig into that topic, okay? Anyway. So, a lot of vegans tend to kind of believe, higher new age spirituality. So she was kind of like, yeah, okay. Yes, we have been searching for each other for lifetimes. And he literally convinced her that he was not human and that he was off fighting demons and wherever the fuck. Okay. And and eventually started asking her for money, like large sums of money, because she was being tested. And I know that to a lot of people, this shit sounds crazy. Oh, how that bitch fall for that shit? Y'all, let me take a sip on that. It is actually very possible. I mean, with some of the conversations that I've had with some people by doing this work, some people, you know, are so deeply rooted in their beliefs, and you know, because a lot of people believe in different life forms and that they were not human in a different life, and that's the topic I'm really not going to get into right now today. But my point is, it's very possible for someone to believe, for someone to kind of be like, oh, okay, he's not human, and maybe I am just human, and maybe he is a higher being disguised as a human, and I am being tested with money, and yeah, he's got these connections with these higher beings that I don't know about, and I want to be eternal, and me and my dog, and okay, I'll give him money because I want to prove that I'm loyal, and I want to prove that I'm not bound by money, or as I wanted to say mammon, and that's my Christianity coming out. Not bound by mammon. But it's very possible. It's very possible. Okay. And because most people who are in this spirituality work tend to be empaths, they want to help people. So it's very like natural for someone, especially who has a lot of means, to be like, okay, you need $6,000. Here it is. And then of course, now this predator who has convinced her that they were souls that were meant to be together forever, quite literally, has now hooked her in. Okay. And that basically starts a whole pattern of her giving large sums of money to this man, who then became abusive to her, brainwashed her, and all of this stuff. Okay. You have to watch the rest of the series to find out. But my point in bringing this up is, y'all women need to be very careful about these predators who will try to use your spirituality against you in order to get what they want. Because really, the motherfucker was just a major gambler trying to start big, and also had like a lot of psychological issues. And it's really fucked up because empaths are drawn to narcissists like moths to a flame. And if we're not careful, and I say we because I'm an empath, if we're not careful and you don't recognize the signs, and if you don't have a good rooted system in self-worth, you will let a motherfucker run game on you, bitch. We can't, and I can't have that, not in my sisterhood. Okay, which is why I'm taking the time to deliver this message. Now, the reason why I brought up Phoenix Rising, and this goes into sexual assault. Okay, Phoenix Rising is the story about Evan. I really think it was Evan Williams, who was pretty much brainwashed and raped and manipulated by Marilyn Manson since she was a teenager. Okay. I mean, the stuff that she explained in this HBO documentary, I mean, I definitely was like in tears. It's brutal. Okay. And it started very similarly the same way of the way, you know, the story with Sarma and this guy. Well, first of all, the guy in Bad Vegan had like 3 different names. There were so many red flags, but this bitch was in so deep. A lot of women will tend to ignore these red flags because it's like, in a weird way, we want to convince ourselves that it's not all for nothing, that all of the trauma that we've endured is not for nothing. All of the trauma that we've been through will pay off. And that's kind of what happened in Sarma's case. Not so much the situation with Marilyn Manson, because that bitch was literally just trying to stay alive, and like literally trying to stay alive. So it is a little bit different. I don't want to water them down to the same level, but essentially they're, psychologically at least, it is about the same level. So why am I saying all this stuff? because I feel like in watching both of these series, okay, it just made me realize how easy it is for just the average everyday women, because these were kind of like high profile women, how easy it is for everyday women to be manipulated by men or by their partners, by using these tactics and soulmate belief against them, because that was one of Marilyn Manson's tactics. He convinced these women that they're soulmates and played to the emotions. And all the time in the divination community, you'll hear, oh, that's my twin flame, that's my soulmate. Now, I'm not God, so I don't want to sit here and say, bitch, that's not your soulmate. But low key, he might not be, okay? There are definitely people who have been in very toxic relationships that have worked their way to a healthy place. So I don't want to sit here and say that your person is not the one. They could be. They very well could be, okay? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not God. What I want to do for you is I want you to have certain toolboxes, certain checklists, certain ways for you as a human being, as a person, to be able to say, okay, something's not right here. Something is off here. So that regardless of whether you believe someone is your person or not, your partner or not, you at the end of the day can say, these are my boundaries, these are my limits, this is what I will and won't tolerate. Because a lot of women in these cases, in these stories, have completely abandoned their boundaries and their limits for the sake of, oh, we're in love, oh, this is my soulmate, oh, this is my twin flame, we're meant to be together forever, it's us against the world, do or die type shit. Baby, no. Baby, no. So what I don't want to sit here and say, you know, what your boundaries and measure of self-worth should be, because you need to be able to define that for yourself. And hope you've done this through my Escalator to Ascension program. But y'all really need to take the time to, I think I had y'all do this, to write on paper, okay, what you feel like you deserve, what you feel like other people should appreciate in you. Let me say it again. Write down what you feel like other people should appreciate in you. And I'm saying that in a different way than saying, write down your self-worth. Because a lot of people online will try to say that, oh, you know, write down your self-worth, what makes you valuable and all that. And if you're in a toxic relationship and you're in something that is not healthy, it is really difficult for you to understand your level of self-worth. Okay. And as you try to do that, process that, you might really kind of talk yourself out of your self-worth. So I kind of like to bring it to the approach of, what do you think people should appreciate about you? And essentially that list is the same as what you value in yourself, and therefore what you believe others should value in you. And I want you to compare that list. Once it's done, compare that to how someone is actually treating you. Twin flame, soulmate, or anything, karmic relationship, whatever the fuck. And I will break those down in a video, but not tonight. You need to check that list against how this person in your life is treating you. And so regardless of your soul tie to this person, baby, you need to say, okay, this is my measure of self-worth. And this person isn't really quite matching up with that. And I cannot tolerate these behaviors unless I'm getting this level of respect in return. So for example, a common thing that I think most women would say, I deserve consistent communication. Okay. Most women would say that. I deserve consistent communication. I don't want you to start adjusting what you feel like you deserve to fit in the box of your partner or your person. Oh, well, he works a lot, so it's okay. No, that's not what I asked you to do. I asked you to write down what you feel like you deserve. Okay? Don't start adjusting what you deserve to fit how someone else is treating you. I just want to put that shit out there in the universe. I really hope that this helps somebody who might be going through a toxic relationship, who, God forbid, enters something very toxic and manipulative in the future. I just want women to have a very strong core sense of their self-worth so that they know when something is going left. Evan and Sarma, what I see in both of their stories, they both entered these relationships and what I feel out of codependency. Personally, Evan was a young teenage actress, and she really wasn't feeling seen. She wasn't, and she talks about this in the HBO series. She wasn't feeling seen. She wasn't feeling valued, and so Marilyn Manson saw her vulnerability, took advantage of that, and brainwashed the fuck out of her and abused her. Sarma was this really like vegan loving person and just ended a really bad relationship, started an online relationship with this person. He saw her vulnerability, took advantage of her, started brainwashing her that they were soulmates, and then robbed the fuck out of her. The whole time they were together, her whole main thing was paying off her restaurant, paying off her restaurant, paying off her restaurant. In the span that they were together, homegirl could have paid off her motherfucking restaurant with the money, the amount of money she gave this motherfucker, okay? So I just want you ladies to have a strong sense of self-worth so you don't get fucked up and allow your codependency to make you attach yourselves to karmic relationships longer than you need to be. And like I said, I will break down twin flames, karmic relationships, and twin flames in another video, but not tonight. Okay? Love yourself. And I know that sounds so like bullshit. Oh, just love yourself. I understand. I understand that it sounds like bullshit, but I really do mean it. And I understand how a woman can rationalize staying in toxic patterns and toxic relationships because maybe their love is real, maybe, but it's not healthy if you are in something that is very toxic and very manipulative and very abusive. Okay. And I just want you to know that I'm telling you, you don't deserve to be mistreated or mishandled. Not for any person who you have convinced is your twin flame or your soulmate, and not for someone who has convinced you that they are your twin flame or soulmate or whatever, and that it's y'all against the world and it's all simulation. Bitch, this is real life, okay? And in real life, you're gonna have to speak to me correct. Period. And I say that because both of these bitches let these men talk to them any kind of way. Okay, I got that off my chest. I hope that came across the way that I wanted to when I rewatched this. I really hope that you guys did get that message. So with that said, if you are wanting some clarity on your relationship, on your situation right now, I want to encourage you to stay and watch the rest of this video for a reading. So earlier today for the sisters, I showed a picture of the decks I was going to use tonight. So the first deck I have is my Modern Love Tarot by Ethany. Okay, that's one deck. So this is deck number 1. I want you to choose whichever deck you feel called to. This is my Hidden Truth Oracle. And this is not tarot. This is strictly just like written messages, okay? And then this is my Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay, so we're using just one tarot deck tonight and 2 oracle decks to get some relationship insights. So if you're drawn to one, okay, then that's what you'll be looking for. And you could definitely resonate to multiple messages that come out of these decks tonight, okay? Ooh, I gotta turn myself down. I just got so hyped. Like I don't know why. Like, I just don't want to see women get manipulated and fucked up off of these trash ass motherfuckers. God. Just, let me bring myself down. Okay. And I'm saying that out of a place of empathy. Okay. Not from a place of judgment. I'm saying that out of a place of, I've definitely stayed in relationships longer than I personally needed to, or hung on to relationships that were barely even motherfucking real. Okay. From my own codependency issues. So I get it. I get it. And that's why I'm trying to be like, bitch, it don't gotta be like this. Let's just reset real quick. Now let that energy just, we feel that one more. Let's get one more. Sound healing is beautiful, y'all. It is beautiful. All right. So think about your relationship for those of you who have selected the Modern Love Tarot. Ooh. Death has just fallen out. Death has fallen out reversed. Okay. So it's whoever picked this, that is related to resisting a transition of some sort. Group number one, what do they need? What do the people who selected this tarot deck need? So remember, this is on you and your partner, okay? This is on you and your partner. So think about your relationship. Think about what it is that you would like a message on. Shit, I can't take a picture of these cards because I'm using my phone tonight because I knew I kind of wanted to post this. And it is better camera quality than my bitch ass laptop. You know what? I'm sorry. Like, you know, y'all felt the hesitation, right? I didn't really want to call my laptop a bitch ass laptop because I'd be trying to operate in gratitude for my laptop. But at the same time, why is such an expensive laptop coming with such a shitty ass webcam? Somebody help me figure that out, Apple. I'm sorry. I cracked myself up. Okay. You, whoever, this is group number one, okay? You are like obsessing about something. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles reverse. You see this bitch is on a bicycle. This bitch is like on break. Like I kind of look at it like you hit the brakes on that shit. Like you kind of like, hold up now. Like there is something that you're kind of obsessing about. You stop. There's a rock in the tire that's preventing you from going forward. There is something that you are really, I want to get the shadow card here, really unable to move forward. Look, the shadow card is the Hangman reverse. Now, look, this is the card upright. But look, this is the Hangman. You're holding on to some shit. Okay, this is you, all right? Your partner is very combative. Every time you try to, whatever the fuck you're obsessing about, is a problem, and your partner's kind of like not really trying to hear you out, not really trying to understand your side, maybe tired of you harping on the same shit, whatever. Okay. This card represents where the relationship was, the past. This is the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Now the Four of Pentacles, in general, the Four of Pentacles is about conservation of resources. When we have it reversed, it relates to clinginess. It relates to, as you can see, I mean, there's obviously a trust issue here. But when it's reversed, it can relate to clinginess, kind of fear of letting go, and unable to let go of situation. That's the past. Where it is the moon reverse. So there seems to be a lot of truths that are currently being revealed, if not already about to be. This is the moon, okay, reversed. The moon is reversed. And the moon is all about disillusionment, okay? The moon is all about unable to see things clearly. But when we have that reverse, it's almost kind of like things are clearer. You're no longer foggy about certain situations. Sometimes it can be that you're not tapping into your intuition, but in this case, I'm kind of seeing it more like, all right, you've got the clarity that you've been searching for. Whether you like it or not is a different situation, but things are a little bit clearer when they were very fuzzy. All right. Outcome, where it's headed. Transition. All right, so what I'm seeing, let me look at the rest of these cards before I see where your relationship is going, okay, boo? We have 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords, rest and relaxation. We have the 4 of Wands reversed. This is the card up right, 4 of Wands reversed. And then the 5 of Cups reversed. Y'all, so y'all have 2 4s and 2, excuse me, y'all have 3 4s and 2 5s, okay? So your relationship is in this awkward, like, you know, middle ground space where it has to start shifting, okay? I'm kind of adding a little bit of numerology here. 5 is usually about conflict and shit like that. 4 is usually about balance, okay? There's a call for balance here, and there's a call to resolve conflict as well. Okay, so anyway, where this relationship is headed, y'all have to, if y'all want your relationship to work, you want it to survive, you have to transition. Now, this might resonate in a lot of different ways for different people. That could be transition away from the motherfucker, okay? this bitch is on a whole ass boat trying to find the sunset, goddamn it, okay? This could be transitioning a way of thinking. This could be transitioning the way you operate, transitioning literally physical space, okay? There's some sort of transition that needs to happen. And if you're unsure of exactly what that means for you, I encourage you to go ahead and Google the 6 of Swords online, okay? There also seems to be a call for rest and relaxation because you've been obsessing for some shit for so long. You just need to like chill out. And I say this because if you're not careful, and this is specifically for those who have families, if you're not careful, you're going to make a crack in the foundation. This is the 4 of Wands reversed. You need to chill because if you're not careful, you're going to break that foundation that you've built. All right. And again, if you're in a situation where it's really kind of messy, it's really like not healthy, you need to rest, take care of yourself, because if you're not careful, you're going to break your own personal foundation. You're going to break yourself. That's not typically how I would interpret the 4 of Wands, but that's what I'm putting down, bitch. Okay. So in addition to that, we have the 5 of Cups reversed. There is a sort of grieving period that needs to happen here. Okay. For some of you. And kind of similarly to the 6 of Swords, you know, just as the transition will look different for each of you, so will the grieving period. Some of you guys are delaying the grieving period, like you know something is over, but you don't want to accept it. Some of you are not able to let go of a certain situation, so you are delaying your healing. Okay, that's one way this can be interpreted. Another way this can be interpreted is that you're finally starting to heal, especially with this moon here. The truth has kind of come to light and you can finally start to heal yourself, okay? You can finally start to let some shit go, kind of let go of the baggage, accept the situation for what it is, set your focus on what's ahead of you, okay? And chill the fuck out. It just really seems to be, for those of you group number 1 who picked this, that transition is the name of the game with the 6 of Swords and the Death card reversed. You can only move on if you want to. But if you don't, you're going to be stuck in these patterns, stuck in these cycles. You have to choose a transition and you have to choose what's healthiest for you. That's all I have to say on that. I don't think I'm going to take pictures tonight because it's just too much. All right, that was group 1. Okay. All right, group 2. Hidden Truth Oracle. I'm going to be real honest, y'all. This oracle deck has whipped my ass so many times. When I say this deck comes with some realness, okay? For those of you who take deck 2, y'all are some brave ass souls. Because this deck is called the Hidden Truth Oracle, and you about to get some real truth, okay? Group 2. Okay, what does group 2 need to know? What does group 2 need to know? What does group 2 need to know? Y'all know I've been making up these songs and it's now song. Let's fix that. Hold on. What does group 2 need to know? Almost. We almost had it. I kind of sounded like a little 90s R&B during like, what does group 2 need to know? Sorry, y'all. Like, I really have too much fun with myself. I swear I'm sober. I'm just drinking coffee. All right. Here we go. I really feel like I just need to do, and what's the shadow card? Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, you, interestingly, let me just, hold on, let me look at this. Okay, so for group 2, at group 2, y'all are with your partner. Y'all aren't even with your person. Actually, y'all aren't even with your person. Okay? And I kind of feel like you don't want to be. Like you kind of feel like, you know, the timing just wasn't right for us. Okay? That's how you feel. Like you kind of just feel like, you know what? The way shit worked out really wouldn't. Meanwhile, your partner is still fucking in love with your ass. Just being near you is intoxicating. Now the past is, I knew exactly what I was doing. Now you guys take these messages how they resonate for you, because these are just quite literal phrases here. And I'll interpret what I feel like comes through, but and I kind of just feel like your person, like you knew the timing wasn't right, and it was kind of fucked up and messy, but you've kind of made your peace with it, I feel. And your person it hasn't let this situation go. I mean, I really feel like some stuff is their fault. Which is why the past, I knew exactly what I was doing. I feel like your partner really did play some games. And that's what we have. I want to feel that way again. I kind of feel like your partner is kind of like wanting to now rectify the situation, come back and maybe make things better, try again. I don't know. And maybe on some level, so do you. You might also want to, like, you want to feel that way again, but probably I wouldn't be surprised if you are like hesitant based off of the past history. Okay. So the outcome cards, I wish things could be different. And I kind of just feel like this is just because enough time has passed now where it might be hard to walk some shit back. All right. I think this is a strong connection. You were the best thing in my life. Y'all see that? And I want to tell you how I feel. So there really seems to be some unresolved problem, issue, circumstance with you and your person. I wish I could take back my words as the shadow card. My personal feeling is, if you're here looking for advice today, my personal feeling is you should hear your person out. Remember what I said at the top of this conversation. Remember your self-worth. Remember what you deserve. Don't let your person make you start bargaining what you deserve. And just keep that at the forefront of your mind. Hear this person out, because I really feel like they want to talk. But Only decide, only let them back in if you really feel like they're genuine and you really feel like they're going to respect you the way that you require. I want to tell you how I feel. Just fell down. So I really feel like this energy is really strong. I wouldn't be surprised if group two's persons are going to contact them soon, reach out, whatever. I really won't be surprised. Let me know. Let me know if this weekend somebody's like, yo, what's up, boo? I've been thinking about you. You know. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Normally the Hidden Truth Tarot or Oracle really does like be like hitting like for the jugular, but that wasn't that bad. Okay, for those who chose the Spirit Animal Oracle, I feel like this is going to be like the most healing for whoever chose group 3. Okay, I'm doing okay on time. Doing okay. Ooh, I flipped over. Turn knowledge into wisdom is what just flipped out for those for group 3. Okay. What does group 3 need to know in their relationships? I still have my little R&B song in my head. What does group 3 need to know? Like, isn't it so interesting how, like, you know, throughout the decades, like people just have different styles of singing. You know what I mean? I mean, even in rap, you know, the way people rapped then and the vocal range and stuff, like now how people rap is like so different. And it's almost like you can pinpoint a song by the era of a song by the way people sang, you know, which I find very interesting as a vocalist, but I don't know why. I'm very passionate about it, guys. Can't you tell? Okay. All right. Okay. So the feeling I'm getting for group 3 is actually that like you probably have a strong partnership, but the issues are on the outside, is what I feel. Okay. Now you are being called to be the chameleon spirit, act as if, okay? And this card is really about walk it, talk it. Like it's very much like that. Like you are just shit ain't how you want it to be right now, but you just supposed to, you know, operate in faith and work out, you know, just trust that your relationship will come together the way that it needs to come together based on external situation, based on external relationships specifically. I feel like there are external relationships that are affecting your relationship. So you just need to act as if they no longer do. You need to stop giving into the drama and just expect the drama to stop. I know that sounds easier said than done, but y'all check out some manifestation videos and you know what I'm talking about. And if you're part of my community, you most likely know what I mean as far as manifestation. And I'm not saying to disregard things. I can't really get into, let me not, how do I want to say this? I'm not saying to disregard the way people treat you or the way things seem to be, but I do want you to stop giving so much attention to the negative things that are not serving your relationship. Your partner, I feel like, is the one who has the issues, set healthy boundaries. Your partner is the one who doesn't have the healthy boundaries that are creeping into the relationship. Okay. And that's where the problem is. Okay. Past is you were never alone, otter spirit. Okay. You were never alone, but it's reversed for y'all. So I kind of feel like there was an intimacy issue in the past. and y'all might have worked through that. I kind of get the sense that y'all have communicated about that. And not just like, I'm not just talking about sex or anything. I'm talking about like emotional intimacy, physical intimacy, maybe just a hug, maybe just holding hands. I don't fucking know. I kind of feel like y'all worked through that. And so now you're in a space. I know this is weird, but I kind of just get the sense that maybe your careers or some way is speeding up. We have antelope spirit. Life is speeding up, I think life is speeding up, but it's reversed. So sometimes when the antelope spirit is reversed, this could be like sometimes you kind of not being ready for the changes and kind of like avoiding it. And also, or things are happening so fast that you're having a hard time keeping up. And when this happens, when this card comes up, just be in flow with it, just be in flow with life and stop trying to control the situation. And that is really what I want to give you here in this advice in this present moment. Stop trying to control the external circumstances and just flow with it, because you trying to control it is not helping you. And it's also, I want to say, hurting your partner, because I wouldn't be surprised if your partner feels unsupported right now, even though your partner is trying to work through their relationships and their lack of boundaries with other people. You trying to control the situation is not really helping. Again, I'm not saying don't let people walk all over you. I'm just saying don't be a tyrant about the situation. Don't try to be forceful, which is interesting because one of the cards we have here is bring a gentle touch. Literally, like be diplomatic about the shit. Don't be like, well, you better, like, don't come out here with all that energy. Okay. All right, let me walk back a little bit. The abundant universe will provide is coming out. So I really get the sense that your relationship is in an okay space. It's just in a little bit of a rough patch, like I said, based off of other circumstances. We also have hummingbird spirit, which loves to pop up, as well as frog spirit. Be present now and deep clear out the clutter. Both of these were reversed, I'm pretty sure. So the overall message for you guys for group number 3, have faith that your relationship will work itself out. Just kind of release the control a little bit. Be gentle in your approach to conversation so that you're not leaning in towards argumentative behavior. Be present instead of focusing on the future. Don't worry so much about what somebody's about to say, what somebody's about to do. Just worry about right now, because you having arguments about things that haven't even happened yet are not serving the relationship. On top of, you need to declutter the relationship. Any patterns that are no longer serving you and your partner, any habits that are no longer serving you and your partner. A good example might be, I know this sounds really weird, but this is what I feel compelled to say. Let's say you and your partner had decided that Thursday nights were going to be your date nights, okay? And maybe twice a week or whatever the fuck. And maybe just the way life is working out right now, maybe that's really fucking hard. So y'all need to like rework some things so that you're not fighting to stay in this box that y'all set up that used to work for y'all, but no longer works for y'all. So don't be afraid to like restructure things and clear out old things that don't work anymore, that you don't need anymore. And it was and I'm just using that example probably because of this intimacy thing happening. Like maybe you did feel like you needed date nights however many times a month, but maybe you don't need that anymore. Maybe you just need, okay, maybe now Sundays are your Netflix and chill days and that works for y'all, so don't be afraid to change that. Okay, the shadow card that we have is wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Okay, so the underlying thing is here, I really get the feeling for group 3 that y'all were stung. I really just feel like it's external. Like I really feel like y'all have been hurt by your partner's people, like friends, or it's shit that your partner's people said, because this whole set healthy boundaries things, I really get the sense that like that is the underlying issue for a lot of things of why you have been feeling neglected and why there was an issue of intimacy and all this. But you gotta accept it, baby girl, because there's no point. I mean, I don't want to say there's no point in focusing on the past. Learn from it, okay? As express your concerns to your partner, like, hey, that shit can't happen again, okay? And move the fuck on. As we have learned in these past few years, life is fucking short. So please don't waste it harping about something that happened 6, 7, 10, 20 years ago, okay? And like I said to y'all, the wolf spirit fell out for y'all. Turn knowledge into wisdom. So use what you know of the past to help you in your relationship going forward. Okay, I'm gonna shut up because I know I have 9 minutes. Unmute. Oh, let me stop recording because I don't. Bye.